How are you? It is Wednesday, 7 p.m. My name is Johnny Daniel, your Stamp It Up independent demonstrator. If I could get the words out. How are you tonight? I'm doing well. We have stuff to create. I'm going to just wait and hang out 2 seconds, get everything situated. You know the drill by now, right? So we will get there. All right. So, hello, Miss Pam. All right. So let's see here. I won't ask you how you are. I know how you are. I'm just hoping it gets better for you. So, all right. So, let's see. So there's a new club going that started Monday. Let's see what else is going on. Got like 3 classes I'm designing right now. You're welcome, honey. That's what this is all about. Connection, right? Support, connection, and if nothing else, misery, right? Misery loves company, whatever that statement is. Yeah. So, and if Carol was on here, I'd say happy birthday, but she's probably out to dinner and at some place with high booths and linen napkins. So that's usually her thing. So anyways, all right, well, so there's new club. The new mini has started obviously a couple weeks ago. Celebration has started. I don't see anything on low inventory yet, so that's a good thing. What else is happening? Tonight is the last night to RSVP for Lisa's class on Saturday. I have open day on the 28th. What does that mean? Open day means I open the studio to you. And what does that mean to you? That means that you get to come and create. Bring your stuff and create. So consumables are at cost. Paper, adhesive, anything that can be consumed. Inks, stamps, dyes, feel free to use. So if I have something you want to use, please let me know so I can make sure that it's out for you. You don't have to RSVP to come, but if you want stuff out, then you do need to tell me. So, all right, so I'm going to flip you around and we're going to get to creating an extended explosion album. Yeah. So this kit is $7 plus shipping. I've knocked down the price because I know shipping is a pain, but we got to pay it. It's just how it goes, right? And if you're on my team, $5 plus shipping. That's on my shop, stampingwithjohnny.com. And if you go to order and go to DIY kits, you'll see all the details for this great kit. And you'll see the link over to be able to shop for it. So, all right, shall we? I think it's time to flip. Hold on. Nope. I never get that button first. There we go. For some reason, I can never do that button the first time. One of these days I'm going to get it and it's going to cause me to like be in shock, and then guess what's going to happen? I'm going to hit it again because I'm so used to it not working. But, you know. Okay. Good enough for me. All right. So tonight, let me show you what we're creating. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. Okay. Pieces and parts everywhere. Okay. Let's close this up and start from the beginning, shall we? So that way you can see it how it's supposed to be. All right. Imagine the ribbons around the bottom. I don't want to go that far. All right. So for tonight, we are creating this album. So there's the explosion part, and here's the expanded part. Okay? Now, these blank squares are supposed to, in theory, have pictures or further decoration. I left them blank because Shh, don't tell Joel. I think I'm gonna do a little photo thing, but I haven't, he's better at pictures than me, so I haven't gone on his page to steal pictures yet. It's just that simple. And I think the one I complete tonight is gonna go to Tara. So yay, I'm done for my Valentine's Day stuff, at least for close, right? Husband, daughter, can't get much closer. So as you know, as you can see, this nice project is, how big is this? 6x6 or is it 8x8? I'm trying to remember. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Okay. So I think it's 8x8. No, it's 6x6. Anyways, what does this mean? That means we gotta also do an envelope. That's what that means. Okay. So I've cut a couple of the pieces out already. This oval comes from the Framed Florets dies. So just letting you know, that's the middle of the one with all the little lines in it. And then the banner back here comes from Stylish Shapes, and it's that big one there. And you're like, but it's still not that long. I'll show you. We're going to stretch it always, right? So we've got that. And then we've got this custom envelope. And when you order the kit, you're going to have a nice mailing label that you can stick there too, if you want. It's just going to be how it is, you know? So we probably should begin, huh? So, all right, let's see here. Okay, so on the tutorial tomorrow, there will be some awesome visuals to help you get your template all done, okay? But in the meantime, I'm going to do it, okay? So Sweet Sorbet is the color of the hour, literally, and then Country Bouquet as well as the punch that goes with it. But if you order the kit, all the punches are going to be taken care of. So you would just want to make sure to have the stamp set. So on my table, I have Basic White cardstock, Sweet Sorbet cardstock, and I'm like, it's not Blushing Bright, it's Petal Pink cardstock. And then I've got like half the pack of the Country Floral here. Just half. 1, 2, 3, 4. Literally half. Okay? So this piece, that is actually going to be for our envelope. So I'm going to move that. And then this piece is for the extension, so I'm not doing that yet. This is the base, so I do need that. And then this is other extensions, I believe. So, and if it comes out different, it comes out different, right? It's just how it goes. So, let's see here. Are we ready? I hope so. All right, so do I have enough room? That is the ticket. I always have to look to my left and to my right when I am pulling the arm out because I often do not have enough room. I will be honest with you. So, yeah, it is what it is, right? So, my lovely life. So, all right, so first and foremost, we're going to start with the base, and that is a 8" by 8" square. So you can use regular cardstock. You cannot use the 6x6, but you can use regular if you want. I will warn you though, it is quite thick and you have to do quite a few bends. So to me, the designer's paper worked much better, but it's up to you. We'll just say, okay. So let's see here. How many different pieces do I need? All of them, right? Because isn't that a crafter's thing? All of them? That's the answer, right? So, some of these might be in different formats than what we are doing, and that is okay. And you know what I just realized? That heart thing was supposed to be the base, but it's not. So we're gonna improvise, right? Okay, so this piece is going to be 6 inches by 12. This is going to be the new base. It's okay. We knew I was going to do it differently. I just didn't expect to do it differently so soon. So 6 by 12. And you're going to score at 6 inches on the 12-inch side. Okay, so that's your base. So depending on what you want to see the most of, I think I want to see this side better. So we're going to go like this, and that's going to be the outside. Okay. So there's that. I've already done the 8 by 8. And lastly, you ready for this? We're going to do 4 by 4.5, and we're going to do 2 of these. Doesn't really matter which direction as far as the stripes go. So we're going to go 4 by 4.5, right? And we're going to do 2 of these. So we need to cut 2 of these. 4 by 4.5. Okay. So there's our pile of scrap. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so we already scored the 6 by 12. Now I'm going to grab back what I just threw. And on the 4.5-inch side, we are going to put the cutter up so I don't do that, hopefully. We'll see. And we are going to score at the 1/2 inch. Okay, so it's a 4 by 4 square with a 1/2 inch tab, if that helps you. I don't know if it does, but in my brain, it does. So I figured I'd say that, so maybe it will help you also. Okay, and then last but not least, we've got this behemoth of a guy. So we are going to, which side do I want? I think I want this side up. So we're going to go point to point diagonal, and we're going to score. Okay, now this is the fun part. This is the part that I can't always remember how to do it. And I don't know why, but it's just what happens, you know, for me. We'll just say that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab here and I'm going to go down this side and I'm going to mark it 4 inch. And I'm going to do this on every single side, but I'm going to do it light enough because I'm on camera. I'm doing it a little darker, but I want to do it light enough that I can erase it afterwards. Okay. So now we're going to go here and we're going to go. Now, if you still have the diagonal plate on your scoreboard, then you can easily do this. But I don't, of course, right? So, okay, so there's my 4 inch, my midpoints. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab back my scoring, okay? And I'm going to go, you ready for this? I'm going to go this point to this point, this point to this point. Okay, so I'm going to go this point to this point. So this point to this point. So I guess if I had done 4 inches, yeah, I could have done that too, huh? Oh well. So 4 inches, and then I'm going to go this point to this point and do my intersections, however you say that, I don't know. So now I should have, let's see, I should have a midpoint and I should have an X. Let's see, did I do it right? Or did I mess it up? I'm like, I might have messed it up. Yeah, I messed it up. All right, one more sheet. Hold on. I always manage to mess it up. We'll just say that. All right, so 8 by 8. Good thing I have extra, huh? 8 by 8. Because I needed to go across. and 8 by 8. Okay, we're going to leave that over there. Okay, so now we're going to, I got to think. I got to think hard. Okay, so we're going to put that up. So this score line is going to go diagonal to diagonal. I needed to have an X afterwards. Diagonal to diagonal. Okay, so I have this. I want it to go this to this. So if I go 4 inches, right? Oh, for heaven's sake, let's just draw a line. My brain, for some reason, hey Barb, how are you? My brain, for some reason, is not doing this, and it's frustrating me. All right, so I can see the line better over here. Okay, so we're gonna go 8 inches. There's the 4. Don't know why sometimes, does your brain do that? Where no matter what you do, it's just not gonna happen? So 4 inches. Sometimes my brain just goes, nope, cannot comprehend that. Sorry, no matter what you do. I don't know why it does that, but I used to do it all the time with 3D projects, and I'd not be able to deal at all. So, I don't know. All right, so we're going to fold that and then flatten it back out just so I can see the line better. And then what I need is an X, right? So I need to go here to here. I'm going to draw these lines, and then we'll score them after because I don't want to mess it up again. So we're going to go here to here. And then this one, oh, I can't even see that. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. I don't know why this is so hard for me tonight. Other than I've designed like 13 things today. But it is what it is. And then this is going to go here to here. Worst case, you just draw the line, right? Okay. So now what we got to do, bring in the magic, right? And let's see here. This is going to go here to here. And then this is going to go here to here. And hopefully it's perfect. We'll just, let's just hope, right? Okay. So now that one, this one, and then this one. So in theory, let's see, this one, that one, this one. Do I need one more? 1, 2. Oh, for heaven's sakes, did I do it again? I don't know why this is not working in my brain. All right, we're going to keep going. Okay. Like some days, things work great, and other days, it just doesn't happen. I don't know why. All right, so here's the fun part. You ready, guys? Okay. So we're going to fold, fold, fold. You ready? Okay. These sides, let's see, where are they? These sides are going to become my gussets. So these are all folded this way. This one needs to go back. It's almost like the Chinese fortune teller things. Do you remember those? And then this one needs to go back, and there's my explosion part. I don't know why that was so hard for me. I did have it right the first time, but now I have 2. So there. I'm like, oh my gosh. Some days, you know? It's just how it goes. All right. So here's the fun part of this. Okay? Now you guys understand when I get mental blocks. There you go. You've seen it firsthand now. So, okay. All right. So, depending on what side you want, I'm like, I want to have the stripes up. So what you're going to do is you're going to glue this. So I'm going to fold this ever so gently. And we're going to put glue here. I'm going to put tear and tape. You could probably just do Stampin' Seal, but I want to make sure it sticks. Because I don't want to have to do another one. Right? So, there we go. Okay. And then this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go up. I'm like, oh, mental blocks are so frustrating sometimes, huh? Anybody else ever have those? I have them several times. I just don't like it when they're live. But, oh well. So we're going to peel this off. And we're going to peel this off. If you don't want to expose both, just do one at a time. But here we are. So, okay, so these are the two sides. This is the upper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pray and hope. No, I'm going to get this out of here so I can see. And I'm going to lay this down right below the score line so it bends still. And that is going to be one of our quote-unquote extensions, okay? And then on the very bottom one, same thing. Okay. Same thing. If it's crooked, it's crooked. It's okay. Okay? So there we go. So there's our extensions. Got it? All right, so we're going to close this whole thing up. And then we're going to push this in. Oh, that's overlapping a little bit. We're just going to trim, trim, trim. I probably glued it crooked, so we're going to cut it crooked so it's straight. And it is okay. Okay. Tonight is a bunch of creative opportunities, evidently, huh? So we're going to push this in together. And we're going to sandwich it all in there. And we're going to go like that. Okay? So there we go. So far, so good? Yes. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a whole bunch of Stampin' Seal. If you prefer the tear and tape, go for it. It's up to you on what you do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down and I'm going to get centered left to right and right underneath that score line for that midpoint. It's important that we hit that. Okay. So, okay. So far, so good. So just like an explosion card, just a little bit more, of course, right? Then we're going to put a whole bunch of glue here. If you prefer the tear and tape, go for it. Okay. And we're not bringing this up and bringing it to the cover. Instead, we're taking the cover and we're going down. So now, extend, 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 extend. Yay, right? So that's the hardest part, obviously, huh? So, all right, so now what you're going to do, you ready? Okay, we're going to move that out of the way. We're going to bring back the trimmer. All of our mats are 3.5 inches. I am so crooked tonight. Okay, so all our mats are 3.5 inches. So I'm going to bring back the cutter and we're going to do 2 of these at 3.5 inches. And this is again petal pink. You just want to have coordinating colors with your designer series paper. So there's 3.5 inch. There's a 3.5 inch. If you want to keep this for like a little banner, sentiment, whatever, go for it. And then Sweet Sorbet, we're going to do the same thing. 3.5 inch. Okay. Put that to the side. 3.5 inch. Do you hear me saying this in your sleep now? 3.5 inch. Okay. So there's most. Okay. Now we need 2, but we're going to do them in white because we want to stamp. Okay. Can you guess? 3.5 inch. And did you guess it? 3.5 inch. Yeah, good job. So, and then this one is going to be 3.5 inches. Now here's the ticket though. With the white ones, you're going to cut these in half because these are going to go into the sides that gusset to become your explosion. Okay, so we're going to go 3.5 inch, but then we're going to go point to point and cut them diagonally so we get our triangles. So there's our triangles. Okay, and that should be all the pieces for the moment that we need. Okay, so now we're going to bring back our guy. And I'm just going to glue my mats on here. Okay, so I think the darker ones are going to go down, whereas before they went up. So let's see here. Center, center. Yes. Okay. And then I know I'm doing all the wrong things tonight. I tell you not to glue on top of your project. Tell you to make sure you know what you're doing. And what did I do? Don't know what I'm doing. Had it right the first time. Didn't know it. Gluing on top of the project. Let's see, what else can we do, right? I'm just teasing, kind of, sort of. So I'm going to be putting photos on here. But if you wanted to decorate these further, you can do that. You can do gift card pockets. Just make sure they're not too bulky, because otherwise it won't fold and tuck very well. So you want to be mindful of that, but you can do one gift card and it not be too bad. Hence the ribbon on the bottom. So there's my pieces and parts. Now we got to do our gussets, but first we have to stamp them. So this is my bottom one, this is my top one, this is my bottom one, this is my top one. Yes, sometimes mentally we have to do that, don't we? Yeah. Get some blocks out here. I'm like, oh my gosh, some nights it's just better than others, huh? Okay, so now I'm grabbing my outline. And I'm grabbing my filler for my heart. Notice I cut my bottom off. I just couldn't see me using that attachment, shall we say, the entire time. So I cut it. It's just that simple. Okay. So let's clean this guy up. Okay. So we're going to take that off. Let that block dry for a second. Now we're going to stamp here, but I don't want it full force. So I'm going to stamp off at least once, if not twice, depending. I did just re-ink my pad, so it's quite heavy. So 1, 2. I'm trying to remember to stamp off. I don't know how many times I've gotten halfway through a card. Have you done this? And you get halfway through a card and then you're like, oh, that's not going to come out right. Yeah, I don't know how many times. So now we're going to grab these little guys and we're going to do some framing. So we're going to go here. And I'm just decorating. I'm just being creative. You can do whatever you want or none of it. And this could be any theme as well, right? It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. It's just what I picked because it's coming up. But the concept is kind of cool. Once you get past, you know, that one section. So, alrighty. So now we're gonna stamp off twice. Stamp off twice. Stamp off twice. Why do I keep saying that? Because I'm gonna forget. It's just that I missed on that one, but that's okay. Okay, so there's that. I'm heavy-handed tonight. I don't know what's up. I think it's I've been crafting a lot lately, which is good, but towards the end of the day, my hands are tired. So now because I'm like sending this to my baby, literally, who is doing quite well, by the way, if you're asking. She moved into her new place and things are looking up. We'll just say that. So, which it's about time because she has gone through some serious rough patches with her roommates and all the other nonsense that happened. So I am so grateful she's got her own place now. So I'm like, oh, how did I get ink on that already? Let's flip that over. Yeah, sometimes, huh? So there we go. It's gonna be one of those nights, huh? So there's that. And while I have this out, I should probably stamp my front, huh? While I've got all my ink out. So that way I have one mess and not 14. But that's no fun, huh? So let's see. The front I'm going to say with love, I think. It's on my block crooked, so I just got to stamp it crooked to make it straight, right? So with love. There we go. Okay. So now we can put everything back. And I'm like, that's awfully plain. We'll have to do some bling or something. We'll figure it out. It's okay. Or should I just stamp some flowers? Let's just stamp some flowers around. Yeah, think. Just, I thought they'd be quick. Oh, well. Okay. Give it a little bit more pizzazz because it was a little plain. Okay. So let's see. Alrighty. Tonight evidently is going to be a messy night. And good thing the edge is black. Alright. So now close that up so I don't have more of that. Yep, I got some. Okay. So we're going to put that to the side and we are going to move these and we're going to glue these in to here and to here. So I'm going to glue here. On triangles, you want to make sure that you hit the edges because you don't want them, especially since they're moving parts, you do not want them to clip or flip up. Okay. So you want to make sure that you hit, if it'll work, you want to make sure that you hit the edges so you don't have your points and all that sticking up, because that would just not be good because then it won't work, right? Okay, so there's that one. Edges, edges, edges all the way to the point. Okay. And then this is going to go here. Okay. And then this is going to go here. So, like that. Okay. So now I just got pictures to do. Right? Cool? You guys still with me? I hope. All right. So now what we got to do I need a third hand, right? That needs to go in there. That needs to go in there. That needs to go there. And then we go like that. Okay. So now what I gotta do is I gotta cut one more piece of sweet sorbet to go across the top here because this is directional, right? And yes, this one is the right direction, but this one is upside down. Why did I pick the upside down one to be the front? Because I knew I was going to put a big old piece on top of it and it would be fine. So 5 3/4 is what we need. So yeah, I knew that I was going to be cutting this and covering most of it, whereas the back is still going to be open. So that is the why of why I did what I did. I actually thought that one through. So, alrighty. So now the cover, that's going to go right on top of there. And see, you hardly see any of the hearts now. So it is just fine. And then we don't want to open this back up. Here's the why, because we still got the explosion piece on there. So regardless of how flat you try to lay it, it's still going to be kind of a mess. So there you go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to put the hearts on there. And then that part of it will be done. So I've got my piece. I've got my piece. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 more of the hearts. So I don't know if you guys know this, but our papers are awesome because they coordinate often with our punches. So, but I do need to get enough room so I can punch them out. That's what I'm prepping right now. So when we do this, we go here and we go here and we line it up. And do you notice how the leaves and everything go too? Yeah, that was done on purpose by the designer. So there's my 5th one. And get all of my pieces and parts away. So there's my 5th one. See? Look at that. And then last but not least, but see how there's the leaves in the other heart and it coordinates? I'm not going to do that one, but you understand how it does. So not only do you need to look at the stamp set coordinating, but you also need to look at the fact that often the designer paper will coordinate with the punch or the die depending on what you're doing. So kind of cool, right? All right, so now what we're gonna do, pieces, parts, and other, right, is I'm gonna grab my snips and I'm gonna cut this guy in half. Why did I do that? Because if I left it together, it would not be wide enough. It's just that simple. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stretch this guy out and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right now, and then I'm going to put more in a minute. But we want to make sure the stitching is facing up, not backwards. And depending on where you want it, I want about that much sticking out. There's my one. And let's see. If you want to count squares and make sure it's all centered and perfect, you can do that, but I'm an eyeball person. You should know that by now. Okay, so now I'm going to take these hearts and I'm going to kind of make a rose kind of shape to it. I know, it's a stretch, but that's what I'm attempting. So I'm just sticking my my tips down. So this is a different way to use your hearts other than, you know, just the typical heart stuff, right? So we're going to go in the middle and then we're going to go on either side. Now, if you want to do more for layering, you're more than welcome to, but you get the idea, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my dimensionals and I'm going to put a bunch back here. Because I have sticky still exposed, I want to make sure that what sticks is the dimensionals and not the seal, because I don't want to have something popped up and then this side be lower and, you know, all those kind of things. So I am kind of doing overkill, and that's okay. Overkill's all right once in a while, right? Especially in crafting. So we're gonna, got that one, not that one. So let's see. Okay. So now this is going to become our front and center. Kind of cool, right? And then I'm going to grab some, I think we're going to do festive pearls because I like this pink. Maybe I'll do the gold. Pink it is. So we're just going to grab and go. So make sure it's an odd number, right? Unless you're doing all the corners like I just did, but now where? 5, 6, let's see, 7 right up above that heart. I think that's good. All right, so that is my album. I still got to get my ribbon to tie it all together. You can also do a belly band. There's all kinds of things you can do, but this is what I chose. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and this is just going to slip off. I'm not going to glue it down. So I'm just sticking it here, measuring loosely. And I'll take this against the grid paper so you can see. I believe it's 30 inches though. So there's my 16. Now if I bring this back, yeah, but it'll end up, once I trim it down, it'll be about 30 inches. Do 2 grid papers and you'll be fine. Okay. Lay this out. Try to not put it across the gems because it'll pull it off. Try to make it even. Bring it down a little. And we're just going to gently, I'm going to go around twice to cinch it a little better. So we're going to gently pull, pull, pull. And if you don't like the ribbon coming across the hearts, then don't put gems so far down like I did, and then you can put it down a little further. It's just that simple. So see, I have a ton of extra ribbon, so you could easily do 30 inches and you'll be fine. Okay, and I tend to tie it bigger, a bigger bow when I first start, so that way when the person gets it and if they tatter up the ribbon, they still have room to trim and do. That's my reasoning behind it. Whether it's a perfect reason, probably not, but there we go. Okay, now the fun part, envelope, right? So I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to take this side to do the envelope. That's the side I want out. So we're going to start this way. But first we got to measure this. So when you're doing an envelope, you go corner to corner. So it's about 8.5 inches, corner to corner. And then you add an inch, 9.5. And because it's not completely flat, I'm going to go up to 10. And that is going to be our square for our envelope. It's really, really simple, which is crazy because you would think it'd be more complicated, but it's not, I promise. So 10 inches means I'm cutting off 2 inches, right? Now I could put that arm back out, but I just didn't want to. So I'm cutting off 2 inches because this is a 12-inch normally. So, right? And then we've got our 10-inch square. Okay. Now I'm done with our cutter, the trimmer. Here's how you do an envelope. So you put it diamond side, okay? And you put it in the middle as best you can. If you need to measure, you go right ahead, okay? You hold this down and you fold this as best you can against the edge, okay? And you fold and you crease. And then you fold this. Now, you don't want to unfold this. And here's the reason why. And you'll understand it in 2 seconds, okay? So I'm going to fold this one down. And we're going to fold this one down and do the same, okay? So far, so good. Now, we're going to fold this one up. And yes, it's bulky because you have this other tab, but you have to do it this way because then you have the cutouts scored already of what you need, okay? So there's that one. And then last but not least, this one. Okay. So fold, fold, fold. Okay. Ready? Okay. So now I'm going to work on the other side because it's easier to see. But every single place that had the bulk has a little triangle. Do you see that little triangle right there? Let's see. Do I need to mark it? No, you can see it. Okay. That little triangle on every single side is going to get cut out. So you're going to take your snips and you're going to cut your triangles out. Okay? And you're going to cut your triangles out. And what this allows the envelope to do is to lay more flat and not to bunch. So super easy way to get the little gaps, right, that are appropriate. You just fold it across each other. So you're going to go side, side, bottom, top. So left, right, bottom, top. And I don't know if it matters, but for me it did. Because in my brain, it's just what happens. Okay. So now I have an envelope, right? And in theory, it should. Yay. Okay. So now we just got glue. And then, so this one's going to go here. And if you need to put more, you can, because you want it along the whole side so you don't have any real gaps. So I'll just go longer that side. So, oh, now I went too long. So we're going to tear it off because it's tearing tape. So we can do that, right? Had a little gap or a bunch. So if I go slow enough, it'll come out. And it did. So there's that piece. Okay. So I'm going to peel these off now. And we're going to get the left and right put up or done or however you want to say it. Okay. That one was sticking out a little bit, so we're just going to roll that back. Okay. So fold that up. And then if you want to do the left side first, but I'm trying to be consistent with how I started. So there's my that way. And then here's my other way. Okay. Got a little bit of sticky right there. So just pay attention, right? Okay. And then we're going to put here and here. Don't have to have as much unless, of course, it's actually going through the mail. And then I might tape just the outside too, but honestly, to me, it's too pretty to go through the mail. So this is a hand for me, or I'm going to put it like in a padded envelope, you know, that kind of thing. So now this should slide in here. Tuck my ribbon in. Tuck my ribbon in. And if I've done my job, it should all fit just like so. Awesome, right? What do y'all think? Minus my brain block. All right. So that's what I have for you tonight. If you would like the kit with all the scores and all the pieces minus the stamping, you can get that. My team, it's $5 plus shipping. Shipping $6.95, and anything else in the store. Right now I have retired products, so retired stamps and whatnot. So the cart is $6.95, not the individual item for shipping. So $5 for team, $7 for anybody else. So not a big difference this time because the intricacy is all in the scoring, not necessarily tons of paper. So thanks again for joining me. Follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com, and the tutorial will be up tomorrow morning, 9:30, on the blog at stampingwithjohnny.com. Have a great evening, and thanks for stamping and watching with me. Bye-bye.